Okay, hi YouTube family, on the go vegan family. I'm filming in my kitchen. Just been weighing on my heart for like a week, and I decided to make this video just this morning about what I'm discussing. So I have my son, we getting ready to go to school. It's Friday. He's watching TV. I already made us some breakfast. And this is what I want to talk about. I know my channel, I primarily made it for veganism, being a mom of my two children. Now I have my oldest son is 21 now, and my youngest is 8. Me and my youngest son, the 8-year-old, is vegan. My oldest son, he stopped being vegan like 2 years ago. He said he couldn't do it. He's an athlete. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking specifically about my youngest child. So I've already mentioned in previous videos, my son has autism, and he's been diagnosed with autism like when he was 2.5. And that was a hard diagnosis to receive. And I made a video and I broke down, and I'm trying not to break down in this. My voice is kind of cracking a little bit because any parent that knows that they have a child that receives an IEP, that might have a 504, or they're in special education, or they receive a lot of resources and benefits in the program for their school, right? I'm talking specifically to these parents. So if you're not a parent of a child that's in special education, if you're not a parent of a child that has autism or any other disability or developmental disability, this video is not for you. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, then please don't leave a comment. Please don't leave anything nasty, because you will be blocked and you will be reported to YouTube. So this is what I'm saying. Declan, please sit down. This is what I'm saying. I had an IEP review, which you have to do those annually, and they update your child's goals and objectives. So the curriculum for a child with an IEP or in special education is going to be different than a child that's neurotypical without an IEP or a 504. They still learn the same curriculum as a child that's neurotypical in a gen ed, general education setting, but it's going to be modified to your student, to your child, based on their needs. So I have been going back and forth with my son's current teacher about little things. And this is the thing that rubbed me the wrong way. I mentioned to every teacher ever since we became vegan as a family, since 4 years ago, please do not let my child share food with other children, meaning if other kids bring things to eat, like they pack their lunch or eat their school lunch, don't allow my son to, eat it. Because he doesn't know I can't have eggs. He doesn't know I can't have milk. He doesn't know he can't have cheese, simply because of the autism and how he learns certain things and how he can process certain things. My son is super verbal, by the way. I see him making noise because he's watching SpongeBob movie. But as a child, you really don't understand. You know what I mean? So I expressed to this teacher this school year at the open house right before, like a week before school started. And most teachers, they be like, okay, fine. But they don't really know what plant-based veganism means. They interchange it with being a vegetarian, or interchange it with, oh, you can still have, dairy, right? And I'm like, no, nothing from animals. Nothing. So during the IEP review, and in his paperwork, the IEP actual documents, it's a legal document, by the way. It says the mother has stated that her child is a strict vegan. He is to not eat food that she didn't provide, because I packed my lunch for my son. Because he never ate school lunch, even before we became vegan. He was just, the textures didn't look right, if something didn't smell right, he wouldn't eat it. So my baby would go to school every day when he was like 3 in pre-K and wouldn't eat lunch. And then I would have to buy him something every afternoon when I picked him up. This went on for like 2 school years. When he was 3, and actually 4, COVID happened, so everybody was shut down and it was distant learning from home. So when he went to kindergarten, I was packing his lunch, and then I'll get to that, so let me finish this. Okay, so in the IEP portion of his document, under medical and concerns, mother states child to eat only what she packs. This is the part that rubbed me the wrong way. However, mother didn't provide a doctor's note. You don't know how much that hurt me right here. So when I had a conversation with this woman, face to face, mother to mother, as mother to educator, I'm not in the school system, I'm not a teacher, but I'm a mother, right? That's offensive. So I explained to her in her face how offensive that was. I said, why do I need to provide medical documentation, me stating that this is how my family eats. This is what you know what I mean? I can't even get my words right. So we had a 10-minute argument / debate about, I needed her to remove that portion, that sentence, that one line, Declan, that one line from the document. And she made a big deal, very disrespectful to me, very dismissive to how I felt about it, to the point where I had to have a meeting with the assistant principal 2 days later, and for the AP to tell me, which was yesterday, yeah, I can remove it, it's no problem. So back to the teacher. She said, well, you didn't provide one, and it's not like, you know, I don't know why you're vegan. Why are you all are vegan? I'm like, how would you feel if my faith was, as a Muslim woman, he was a Muslim child, and I said not to have my child be anywhere near pork, eat pork, let someone bring something that was around him that had pork in it, because Muslims don't eat pork. And she just looked at me and she knew that I was correct in what I was saying. Like, so let me go back to the past. So when we first became vegan, when he was in kindergarten, the teacher at the time told me, it was months later, that her paraprofessional, because when you're in certain settings, you have 3 teachers or however many. You have the lead teacher of that special education, and then you have, please sit down, I'm not gonna tell you again. Then you have 2 paras or however many, depending on how many students in that class setting. So she told me later on that one of the paras said, it's a shame that Declan's mom makes him eat vegan. Now, this woman, I'm not shaming anybody, body shaming, age shaming. She wasn't in the healthiest state, meaning her weight, her age, and she has some type of mobility issues. How dare you talk about me and you never even have a conversation with me. I've only seen you in passing, hi and bye, when I drop my child off at school, when I pick my child up at school, pick him up from school. For you to make a comment about me is disgusting, it's unprofessional, and it's despicable. Ask someone before you make comments. Educate yourself before you make comments. I went vegan for my child because he wouldn't eat. He wouldn't eat what everybody ate, what I was eating. You know how hard that is when you're cooking a meal and your child doesn't want to eat it? And then other professionals say, okay, put the child in feeding therapies. Sometimes that's good, but it's based on your child. And sometimes they force the food in your child's mouth. I'm not going to name any organizations, but I read the reviews and I talked to other parents, and they said it was horrific. The people that were older now, they were children at the time where they were forced to do feeding therapies just because their families wanted them to eat the way they wanted to eat, whether it was a certain texture. My child won't eat soft textured foods like grits or oatmeal or quesadillas. Like if it's soft, he's not going to eat it. It has to be crunchy. If something doesn't smell appealing to him, he's not going to eat it. So this has been a struggle for a long time, a long, long time. So for people to pass judgment when they don't even want to know what it's like to walk a day in that person's shoes, show some empathy. Especially when you work in the school system, especially have a conversation with that family. Show some regard. That is why I created this video. I wish to connect with other parents that might be in the same circle as I am. Like if they are vegan and they have a child on the spectrum, or they have a child with a disability, a child that's in special education, a child that is impacted some kind of way. I am my child's everything. I'm his mother, his protector, his lawyer, his advocate, his cheerleader, his anything you can think of the umbrella, that's me. So I'm gonna go to bat for him until I'm no longer here. So to summarize this video, I created this this video specifically to make people aware that everybody is different. Everybody don't eat the same way. And no, you don't have to show medical documentation for being vegan. No, we're not allergic. Otherwise, then that would have been stated with the school nurse. That would have been in his file anyway, his actual school academic file, along with my child's IEP. So that is it. I thank you all if you made it to the end of this video to hear me out. Please share this video with other people, other moms, and let's have a dialogue. And that's all I asked him. He go keep talking in the video when I told him to stop. But thank you all. I appreciate you all. My channel is growing, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Until next time, thank you.